time to go into game number 9, or will it go the distance? We have E-Districts. This could be the nail in the coffin. We moved over to that south side of Humbert Labs. Where will we be going next? As we take a look at Genji after that dub, they move up to match point, one of the 8 teams. And looking at this composition too, when we say goodbye to the Ballistic, you have to imagine closing up that gap here. Whether it be the Wraith, whether it be the Valkyrie here, whether it be the Pathfinder.
Once we got into these further rounds, we saw some strange picks, right? Some Gibraltars were coming out, but I think a lot of teams kind of want to avoid that, especially with the aggression that we typically get to see in round number 9, round number 10. Mad Maggie comes out. She's a natural counter to that Gibraltar. You're really not going to want to play here when it becomes so easy.
No
Hit
way.
that wrecking ball, and oh my God, Vicky! We are about to get a repeat, but we've seen this zone before. We've seen the ping pong that can happen between that wall that goes straight down the center of this next zone. Teams put a lot of focus onto Humbert Labs, onto Old Town, but this time around, this is much further south. This can pull directly on top of Team Nemesis, but teams we have to mention, BK Gaming coming up from Humbert Labs will have one of the highest priorities to take a priority position.
We're running this back. We're running this back. And you know what? With Alliance being right there in Shipyard Arcade, how cinematic would it be if Alliance take a dub to also find themselves at match point? I mean, at this point, we'll probably get half the lobby at match point, depending on how Rivals and Alliance do.
The last game, Alliance, of course. They take their time at Shipyard. They rotated north towards Draft Point to get a little bit more loot, and then they rotated their way in to that long corridor that mirrors, that parallels Humbert Labs. Wolves Esports, another squad that has hit match points. 53 points for them. They have an opportunity with 7 other squads to try and close it out here. They are negatively rotating away from this one, going further deep into Energy Bank for 100 Thieves now. They are trailing just behind Fnatic. They have double scans to hit here. They will take that survey beacon. It'll allow them to know what's safe, what's in play down here in Old Town. Where can we end this game?
Because they have to start moving now. This will pull to the south side with Old Town. BK Gaming already here. They're looking at Alliance. Furia are showing their face over by that fight in Old Town, where there is a survey beacon. Team Nemesis are going to be matching that with Alliance, but it's just going to be poke pressure from here. You talk about that bank, that water bank, over to the other side where we see a lot of that action, but you could expect it to get congested very quickly with the teams that are majority of them rotating from this north side. 100 Thieves on the other side are going to be staring down. Fnatic, another team right next to them here too, as they're going to be able to try to take up on this high ground. It's Fnatic, well, A's still on the white Evos.
They were able to get the armor check on that as well. They know they have the advantage in this fight, but go for this next scan to get better information. Now they know what buildings are clear, where can they play. Again, about utilizing this composition. That rampart gives them that flexibility. So many unplayable areas they will have access to with those amped covers. Go ahead and take this balloon now. Let's see where they go.
But where can they play? When you have Furia, Fnatic, BK Gaming, Alliance, Team Nemesis shooting at you here. The roof is free, but they still lose out of one. And Fnatic hearing all the action. See one knock in front of their face.
They land.
Correct on Tafoni and Jen Burden.
They land right on top of BK Gaming, Vicky. That is not the team that you want to be landing on.
But they still got also pressured when they were flying in, which is even more important. If they were healthy, they still had the Evil Shield advantage, and now that's not going to happen. 100 Thieves will not see this through. The first team out in this lobby.
7 more teams still alive here. We'll see if the pressure gets to them. Fnatic at 35 points. One of our APAC North representatives. I don't believe we have an APAC North team currently sitting on match point. No, we do not. We've got Wolves, BKG, for APAC South, along with Gen G. Alliance!
Oh my.
Survive the fray. TSM are eliminated.
But watch right now as they try to recover. Rock Esports are flying in as well. Fnatic are just claiming these teams who are trying to desperately find their space out from the sky. Deeds gets eliminated. Our match point teams are getting wiped. They're getting torn apart. And Fnatic are feasting on the other side with Rock at least being able to reset off that low ground. Vax, Saucer is still alive, seeing if maybe they could get Deeds up.
Deeds is crawling. It looks like he might just be able to make it over towards cover. Alliance might have an angle onto this one, but Rock Esports gonna drop down. See the pressure being applied from Vaxlon. You don't want to make too much noise. You don't want to draw the eyes over here. And Rock will be able to recover. You can see in the desperation, teams are picking up the tempo. They're moving so fast to get into these zones. On the kill feed though, that will be Enter Force 36, finishing off another member of VP.
I'm gonna be so real right now. With Rock having this building and VKG on the other side, Rock have already played the zone. We literally just saw it for our previous game, for game number 8. And we know that Rock is a team that has been able to establish and adapt very quickly. You put them in the same situation, they know what to do differently compared to what they did in the last game. But it's all about how these teams, the other teams around them, Alliance, Fnatic, VKG, even Furia, who are on the other side of VKG's building, play into that next zone, especially for the teams that slow rotate here. Rival Esports will be coming in from Shipyard Arcade. There is a survey beacon there, Kinotrope as well as S8UL over by Viaduct, also getting that ring console. We see this side by side. Look how many teams are still rotating outside of zone. Falcons, Gen G, NIP, VP trying to get the reset with the Replicator too.
That leaves a lot of space, a lot of time really for teams to try and take some early fights here, but we have a pull on up in this next zone. A lot of Humber Labs are still in that north side of Old Town where this zone ended in game number 8. Might become a reality where we do get that repeat. Once again, NIP on the move, looking to close things out. They were so close on that World's Edge game. Now we'll see. They can try, make their adjustments here. They're moving through Stadium now. They've got both scans to access, so they know how clear their path is moving forward.
It's tough when you land literally on the opposite side of a map, being over there by Lotus. We saw that earlier. And as they make their way, Gen G are looking to take a fight versus Team Falcons. Fight for maybe the ring console eventually once they start rotating out of Neon Square. Falcons looking to their back, also having an Evo Harvester on their own pathing. As we watch NIP, they're just going to be rotating here. And they're going to be moving from Stadium into that next zone. Enter Force 36 will also be approaching from the choke that exits out of east side of Humbert Labs. And here's what we're talking about with Falcons now trailing ahead. They're not going to be contested by Gen G. Gen G really just wanted that information originally by Neon Square.
Gen G do have the Valkyrie, so if they want to give chase, they can. But Falcons, give them the slip for right now. Gen G will divert in path as Falcons continue to make their way over towards Market. Gen G start heading on over to Draft Point. Again, another pit stop for them where they will have access to the ring console and that survey beacon for themselves.
Rival's about to get taken out, and they're at 40 points. They get eliminated in 18th. They were stuck and pinched as S8UL over by Shipyard Arcade were also looking at Kinotrope Gaming.
Yeah, Rivals Esports, they just saw their brother team in Gen G hit match point. APAC South representatives, they wanted to match them in the finals from Thailand. Now they'll have to watch on again as 7 teams still have the possibility of ending the tournament right here. For Wolves Esports, they're patrolling around here on the western side, over here at Shipyard, but there are multiple teams in their way.
And Team Nemesis are also taking shots at Sentinels. We see Wolves take this poking pressure here. First from afar with the 30-30. It is important to highlight that Alliance have not moved from that choke over to the south side. Looking at S8UL, who want to rotate out of Shipyard Arcade, but they're not alone. Wolves Esports continuously here, as you can see, trying to take some shots at the team right in front of them. Falcons will eventually start flying in. S8UL finally now start taking to the skies. As we see this flyby here, it's still Alliance waiting for them on that choke.
Alliance now holding down S8UL, has plenty of coverage. Got the Rolling Thunder coming out here as S8UL make it to the safety of this building. Hakas is forced back. Tense moments here for Alliance, who are just sitting 6 points away from hitting match points. Not only that, they have to stop 7 other teams from closing this one out. Alliance will back away for now, leaving space open for SADUL. Here though, on the north side between Enter Force 36 and VP. Small engagement, but it looks like it will be a disengage. NIP forcing both teams off. NIP might have access to the Mythic bid.
That's a win condition right there. We've seen this done before by Gen G, over by World's Edge. Even if they didn't get that dub, even if they got second place, but it made such a big difference with that Kraber. As well, NIP are going to be hanging out here. VP over to the north side have now been able to take that one knock onto E36. Sentinels make their move over. Nice shots here with the bow check, but I really want to see that collapse eventually over to that south side. Team Falcons are getting gate kept too, by the way, by Gen G on the outskirts of the zone. Have some time to work with, but you're forced on the low ground with Wolsey losing out on his shield. He cannot be the first one to go down. He's got some cover. He's popping out the shield bat. They have more than enough meds. I mean, look at this. You think Hal's got enough shield cells here with the 20 shield cells?
Yeah. Along with that dock, we'll keep them topped off for right now. Let's go ahead and listen in with Team Falcons as they make their way on in.
Watching that sector. We can jet over there.
Not much to say.
I'm letting it.
Okay. Wait, you by yourself, Reese?
I know, I'm fine.
Oh, here we go.
There's a game drop on the inside of the thing in front of me.
Do we come to you or go above us?
Lifeline, it helps them
Everyone above
reset
us.
extremely well there. The Halo down. Wolves Esports keeping an eye on them for the time being. Still have a lot of teams to their back. So there will be some pressure coming in. Enter Force 36, Gen G flying above them right now with their own Valkyrie.
It's so important to note the Valkyries in this lobby, just allowing the advantage to have that purple perk that Zero has to get the scan through the building. That's huge here. That's a difference maker against the teams that are running the Pathfinder. They don't have that information on their rotate. Sentinels do get that knock in the feet against that Phaser. It's E36 who are going to end up committing over to that northern rotate on the north side of Humbert Labs. Team Falcons look down at Kinotrope. Wolves, they take out Kinotrope Gaming, and they won't be able to reset as they have the Cossack and they have that Kraber.
Long time coming here. Wolves on the western side. They've got Falcons to their north. Gen G to their south. Trading blows. That riot drill comes in. No damage for them. We do have Ziki finding a knock onto Hawkes, but that is going to be with that G7 Scout long range. Possible opportunity for someone to come in from another squad to try and third party.
Alliance do get the res though, and that's important when they're sitting at 44 total points. The closest team right now to hit match point thus far in this lobby at the moment, BKG. You making the next move with the portal play. Sees Team Liquid right to his left. Is there space here to play? There is. It's free for now as AUL are their neighbors. And now as they take the portal, they find that safety. Furia right in front of them too, on the other side of that building that they've been holding from the very beginning.
Somehow that riot drill not tickling him whatsoever. VK Gaming now here on the western edge with Team Liquid as ninjas in pajamas. If we get a look at the map feed, get the ring pulling their way. Donut finds a knock onto Dexter with the Kraber. We'll see if we can secure that thirst with that knock. Right now, Rock Esports just slightly outside of this next zone. So many teams are flying in to the next ring. Team Falcons are just trying their best to survive with this fly-in.
Where do you go? At least you have the rampart. You at least have some barriers. But both Wolves and Hao are in trouble. Luckily, Hao having that lifeline helps him recover some of the health. Zero, though, gets pinged from behind, from the distance. Rock on the other side, looking to get involved. But it's Falcons looking down the barrel at ninjas and pajamas on Rock, trying to swing on Falcons.
Zero backs away. He needs some HP, and it's going to be Imperial Hell down. And that is not the legend you want to go down in this engagement. Rock sets blood in the water. Nade out from Zero. No shields on the other side.
Rock cannot overextend because Team Nemesis are coming into third party. Huge shots, huge nades. Thank you very much, Team Nemesis, to clean up Rock on aisle 3. You find the next knock. Team Nemesis are looking to reset.
Falcons might have been able to full heal at this point, but Team Nemesis still need the res as we've got another third party coming in. Changing on over to the northwest side of the map right now. It's gonna be Wolves, another shot, another connection from Donut. Slayer will go down on the VP side. Throughout all this, VKG in a fight, Team Liquid are knocked out.
Team Falcons are looking to get the reset, but they fully lost out on Zero. This is huge here, as they have the lifeline and they have a Moby.
Theria came in for the third party, but somehow Nemesis hold on. Mobile respawn beacon down. Ninjas in pajamas. Bane with the ring to their back, with the fight in front of them, with Kraber in hand, has an opportunity to seal the deal here.
There's only 5 teams not at match point here in this lobby right now. VP, E36, Fnatic, Sentinels, and Na'Vi. While NIP keep pressuring up the teams right behind them. Kraber in Vane's hand, not giving up on looking at that team behind them. Team Nemesis looking at Falcons and Na'Vi, but they haven't given up this space if you're NIP, because there's going to be a huge collapse over on the north side by Humbert Labs.
Brought all that Gen G. They're able to get their res, get all 3 members back into this game. Wolves caught up. The Riot Drill connects right onto No Name, forcing him back. We'll be able to reset, but the Nox gas might be a little bit too much here. They poured out to keep themselves alive. Wolves drop down. It's Hierarcha now coming in, possibly for the third party.
Lots of gas everywhere here, while Team Falcons look down with the Sheila, but a huge nade gets the crack, forcing out the shield bats with round 5s closing behind their backs. It's gonna be hard with only Nemesis being a duo. Nice clip, but Remix can't clutch. Nemesis get taken out. Can they get the shield swap? They're getting pinged from afar. E36, and right behind them, it is NIP. This is the collapse. Sentinels, VP, Genji, Na'Vi, and Wolves as VKG look at Ninja in pajamas.
In the center of the map as well. NIP and VKG are engaging right now. VKG gets a knock onto Kurab. Na'Vi is down. We're down to 9 squads.
Genji still on this pileup. We're VP, Sentinels, and Wolves here. As E36 slide in, they come up behind Falcons. They get the first knock, and then it's only up to 1 member. They can't do it. Falcons will not win it here. They get taken out. There's only 2 teams in this lobby that can keep this going.
Fnatic and Sentinels. If you want more Apex, you're cheering for them. But right now, as it stands, Wolves, VKG, and Gen G looking to close it all out. But it's 5 squads, making 11 players remaining. Fnatic are down to just Yuka F, and QQ has spotted them out. Fnatic, Wolves, take them out.
With Apex South on their backs, VKG are primed and ready. It may end here. 4 squads left. Sentinels is the only team not at match point. The Caustic Barrels, it's looking like a Dutch oven before he slides over to the side. You don't want to overextend, especially when you're on the Caustic.
Loader has to play Enforcer here because he is the enemy Caustic. He needs to infiltrate through that gas right now. Pressure onto Wolves. VKG trying to control as much space as possible. Sentinels, the only other team not on match point, starting to make their move right now onto VKG.
VKG splitting up their attention, still looking at that 1 member of Wolves. Gen G now wrap up. VKG are in such a good spot. They get that knock onto Donut. They have to hold on to height. QQ doesn't know right behind him though. Having to be careful. Crazy Calm being right there. They're splitting their attention, but they cannot let Sentinels walk up for free.
Wolves as a solo, Gen G as a solo. Right now, VK Gaming were evicted from the high ground. They slowly take it back though. And take a look at this, Wolves. They're gonna try and go for a miracle play here. Crazy Calm plugging them in before he heals.
This would be a great, dream-breaking moment with a clutch run from Wolves Esports. But Crazy Kong gets taken out and the zone is closing in. VKG are primed. It's only up to Sentinels to keep this up. Loader taking height right now. VK Gaming now trying to follow up. That 1 member of Zinky tries to fly away and QQ takes too much damage.
Gen G are out and now Wolves Esports make their move as Wolves get the knock onto Sentinels.
Remember, that was off the duo that drops out from the res. Wolves still have an opportunity and there's only 1 member left from Sentinels. They don't do it! It ends here! VK Gaming! They take champions of the ALGS mid-season playoffs at the 2025 Esports World Cup. They did it for APAC South.
VK. There you have it, VK Gaming. The emotions, palpable. Often overlooked when it came to these international lands. But they showed time and again, they belong in every single final LAN, lobby, and now here at EWC, here for the ALGS mid-season playoffs or split one. They are your champions. Even amongst the crowd, they can't believe it. But VK Gaming, you have done it. You are our champions.
They started off the day strong. They were your game one winners. The chants, the energy. They had their fans, gave them the energy. The emotional impact of our teams after getting so close. A wonderful performance throughout the course of these 3 days as VKG, they take it all in.
You know what's not, who this isn't a surprise to? Our man at home, Gino, wasn't able to make it out here, but he's been grinding back at home, watching APAC South, putting watch party on watch party on watch party, putting us on watch to teams like VK Gaming. Now, they command the respect for the region, for APAC South, VK Gaming.
And while they get ready, as you can see the crusher right before their eyes, let's confirm the results right now. Let's find out where everybody has stayed after the end of match number 9. They didn't just take the win. They didn't just take this tournament. They had gotten 13 KP. And most importantly, let's look at the results of the final lobby, the entire series standings. And as it stays, 96 points for VK Gaming. It is Rock Esports. They come in second place. They obtain the $300,000 in their pockets. NIP, 2-point difference. That's what separated them, and $100,000 in third place. And it's been insane here, Jamerson, to see. But let's see the teams that have to go through that crush.
We did 6 yesterday, and we had 14 just yesterday.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be 19.
I mean,
let's take a look at the winning moment where VK Gaming slates their name in Apex Legends history. So much was going on here. Enter Force 36 had a strong position. Team Falcons getting flanked here.
Looking at this winning moment and looking at the action that went down here was insane. Not only were they trying to recover off the side of this building, we saw, split up solos, some Hail Mary reses. Wolf Esports were still able to just collapse on Sentinels. If Wolf Esports did not get that res, what would that have made for VK Gaming and Sentinels in that 3v3? VK Gaming held off that side of zone. They held on top of the roof. You see the shirts, great merch here for VK Gaming. They're soaring to the skies with that dub. And with this panoramic view here of our teams and looking at Falcons as a shell on these seats, seeing what they could have done differently. But it wasn't just them. Nemesis here, 100 Thieves, Gen G with some clutch moments over the course of the last 2 to 3 games. NIP, Rock, who always found themselves in these end of the zone. How much does this mean for this region, for APAC South, once again, to rally again? A region who should have all the attention on them. VKG do it. They take the trophy home.
APAC South sent 8 amazing representatives. 5 show up for that final lobby, and 1 stands on top. VK Gaming, Casa, QQ, and LD, proving that this last year every single ounce of effort that they put in, every single LAN where they saw themselves not securing victory, well, that was all just building up to this. One of the biggest stages in the world here for EWC 2025. They secure the victory.
And while we get set up, everyone, we're waiting on BK Gaming to raise that trophy, but it's an emotional time for them. They're trying to recollect their thoughts. They're trying to pull it together because this is the $2 million prize pool mid-season playoffs here at EWC. See them on the other side of the stage, excited, ready to go to hoist that trophy above their heads.
Vicky, I mean, I'm trying to compose myself here. You saw the tears streaming down the fans' faces, the tears streaming down our players' faces. Once again, Casa, QQ, and LD. These are names to remember. Every single LAN, they show up time and again. They have proven now that APAC South needs so much more attention. We've taken so much APAC South talent and dispersed it amongst the ALGS, and now it's time that they get the attention that they deserve.
When you send out 8 of your teams from APAC South and 5 of them make it into a lobby like this, that's a statement all on its own, and it is VK Gaming that rode it to victory. And as VK Gaming, they get themselves together, they rally up with their trophy. I'm tossing it out here. Barney, take it away as our winners are looking to take this trophy and send these losers home.
Fans, both at home and right here in the Gidea Arena, Match Point Sunday has concluded, and your winners are VK Gaming! What an amazing performance, gentlemen. Congratulations. First and foremost, what we would like to do here, you can see emotions are running high, QQ. What a round you played. The first thing that we would actually like to do is to present you with your key as the winners of the ALGS mid-season playoffs at the 2025 Esports World Cup. Congratulations. Round of applause, everyone, for that. Our next thing that we would like to do here on the stage is that we would like to ask you which 3 teams you would like to place crushed in the base of your trophy.
你们要选择哪3支战队的钥匙来碾碎，压在你们自己的奖杯下。
We're going to go one at a time. One at a time.
Alliance.
Alliance is that first team in the base of the trophy. That is just going to be pretty spicy. Okay. I'd like to know your second team you want to place in your trophy, please.
第2支战队是什么 ？Team Falcons.
Team Falcons! This is setting up to be quite a spicy trophy. Team Falcons and Alliance already, and I want that third and final team that's going in the base of your trophy.
第3支战队是什么
Fnatic.
Fnatic are going in the base of the trophy as well. So that's Falcons, Alliance, and Fnatic. Okay, any particular reason for, let's say, Alliance? Any particular reason?
有什么具体的原因吗？比方说 Alliance 战队，你当时你为什么选择把他们碾碎呢？
他们很厉害啊。
Team Alliance is just really strong, so we want to keep them crushed under us.
I like that. I like the respect. Fair enough. Okay. Now that all 19 of your opponent's keys are set and ready, this is the time for the fun bit because we have never crushed 19 keys all at once at the Esports World Cup. So this is going to be a first. So, Ladud, I would like you to turn the key, please, and switch on the engines. The key is to... Oh, no, we're going to turn it. Leave it on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The engines are now on. Now that they're on, Casa, flick that switch. The switch is flicked. The iris is going to open and reveal all the teeth that's going to crush all of these teams. And finally, QQ, press that button and drop them all in. Oh! Push them in, push them in. Get in there. Go on, you do it, go on. I'm going to I'm going to put that in. Okay. We got one that's clinging on for dear, and it's gone. There you go. And with that, it is all said and done. There's only one thing left for you guys to do. That is place your key in the center of your trophy and lift it for all to see and cement your legacy. It's VK Gaming!
Which one? This square? Okay.
Everybody live in the Qiddiya Arena, make some noise for the winners of the ALGS mid-season playoffs at the 2025 Esports World Cup, VK Gaming! Gentlemen, I mean, what a performance today. We're going to have a quick chat up here on the stage. I just wanted to ask you, Ladad, I want to talk to you, Ladad. I want to ask you if you could put into words how you're feeling right now.
LQ 能不能跟大家说一下你现在的感受是什么样的呢？
很开心，很激动。
I'm super happy. I'm super excited. Thank you, everyone.
Look, Casa, you've done all the hard work and you've got such an incredible team behind you, the coach, the fans who have all been supporting you throughout this entire journey. What would you like to say to them?
现在有什么话给所有你的那些粉丝一直支持你走到这一步的呢？
辛苦了。
Thank you to my fans. Thank you, everyone. It's been a long journey.
Okay, well that is, you know, not so many words. A few words, I like that. I'm going to walk over here because QQ, you are the last for me to speak to. And there's a reason for that. And that is because you are the Sony MVP of the tournament and you will get an additional $10,000.
QQ， 你这里不仅仅是冠军，你也是索尼的 MVP。所以会额外得到1万美元的奖金。
How do you feel? What's your response to that?
有什么感受？
太爽了
It is incredible!
I like how much energy you put into that answer, but here is your MVP medal for you right here. Congratulations. And so, for the final time, gentlemen, to solidify this moment into the Esports World Cup history books, I'm going to get you to lift that trophy one more time and cement your legacy.
请冠军再次举起奖杯。
Ladies and gentlemen, in the Qiddiya Arena, please give it up one more time for your ALGS mid-season playoff champions at the 2025 Esports World Cup, VK Gaming!
A team not full of many words, but they don't need to do any talking. They let the game do that for them. APAC South has brought back the trophy home, and the region could not be more proud. Their #1 seed coming in to the ALGS midseason playoff at EWC 2025 has taken the #1 seed overall, crushing the keys, dreams, and hopes of Alliance, Falcons, and all the other teams who tried their best to get a shot at that trophy. This truly is paramount of an achievement that can only really, I think, be looked at as something that APAC South has felt has been coming for.